Greetings and salutations, viewers. Welcome back to the Fractured Flash channel for another episode of Ozone Skyblock Reborn. I'm recording this a couple days after episode 2 came out, and wow. Episode 1 got recommended to a bunch of people and is up to like 300 views, which for the first video ever that I've put out, pretty good. Only got about 19 subscribers from that 300 views, but I love you just the same. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully, I can make your experience more enjoyable as we go on. I am now recording in 30 FPS, so we should have a little bit better frame rate than the issues the last couple episodes. Maybe I'll even take you into the Nether to see if we can do a bit better recording there. But for now, you may have noticed behind me is a disconnected hammer. That's because I tried to make one and tried to connect it, and I learned a couple things. One, this hammer does not produce enough to do a whole trickle-down flow of hammers that I want. And two, while this combustion generator is enough to generate enough coal to keep it running, it is only enough to power a sifter and a hammer. But luckily, I have remembered a lesson I learn every time that I do a mod pack, which is check your item catalog. I've redesigned the machine, and we tested it in creative, and we need 6 of these in order to make it run, which is basically a bunch of iron and redstone and a bit of little things. Bunch more. I've done some math, and in order to create everything we need, hammers, cables, solar panels, I need this, which, if you look at the iron and redstone, is a lot. Our machine is good right now, but it's not producing a super huge amount, so that's a unappealing little detail. Luckily, I learned from episode 2, and I planned ahead and did it already. So, look at all of this iron. It took a long time. For context, I'll show you how many diamonds we have in the system now. 945 diamonds. That's more diamonds than I think we'll ever know what to do with. But for now, I'm going to start crafting all of the stuff, and I will see you at the end of that. And there it is, the most beautiful multi-threaded hammer sifter machine ever. 6 hammers, 3 sifters, all staying full of power, flooding into a beautiful system. This is what our system will produce so far. With the dust and the gravel, it's not so much a problem, but if you look at the sand sifting, we will eventually have to add a more complicated system for that. But for now, this is good. But the solar panels are able to keep it running, and it's pretty good. Now I can just wait here forever as things build up. How much iron are we up to? 124. And we are going to need that, because in the second part of today's episode, we are going to start working on our mob system. Now, if we look in the... Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. No. Where are you? One of these has mob grinding stuff. There it is. My original thought was to use cyclic spikes, but the cyclic spikes make creepers blow up, and we don't want that. So we are going to use the mob masher and the iron spikes. And if you look at that, it takes a lot of iron. The mob masher takes more. So we are going to need a lot more iron, which is lucky that I kind of overcalculated a bit. And we will be able to make some more stuff. But the general plan is to have it mirror this. But the stairs are going to go up the center, and then we'll have our kill chamber with our spawning platforms up above. Honestly, it's not too complicated. It's probably a very simple mob system. So I am going to wait around here and start collecting stuff for that. Alright, so I've collected what we need. Turns out we had most of it. And I've laid out a bit of a frame here. This will be maintenance access for the mob system. And I've got some stairs, and this is going to be our kill chamber. So, I did make the mob masher already. That's the recipe if you're interested. There's the recipe for the spikes. But we are going to put this in the center of the mob system. So if we take this out, this can hurt us, so we don't want to touch it. But these are expensive, and we want a 3x3 kill chamber for spiders and other things. I don't know exactly what mobs spawn naturally, but to compensate for only having one in a 3x3 kill chamber, we can make these conveyor belts, which we will set up to drive things into the mob masher. So we put 3 there, we put 3 there, put 1 there, we'll put 1 there. And we can walk on these with shift, but they will drive us into the masher if we're not careful. And that's pretty much, that's the kill chamber. We will put some glass so we can look through. And we will grab some cobblestone in order to raise that up a bit. Oh, I also moved the lava. We'll have to find a more permanent place for that later. Oh, thunderstorm. We want to get rid of that, lest it light our tree on fire. Thunder. Go away. We'll row this up. Now, what we need is actually one more thing in order to make this work, but in order to get it, we need to have some mobs die. Specifically, we need an ender pearl so we can make an absorption hopper that will grab the mob stuff and bring it into our storage system. So once an enderman dies, we will pull a bit of a rescue mission for that ender pearl, pull it out, and build our absorption hopper, which we'll put in that maintenance room I showed you earlier. But before we can start growing the platform, we need to make something that will push it in. Now, I'm going to do the classic 4-branch mob system, and for that we need mob fans, which will push mobs forward into the kill pillar. So if we put this here, and we grab a cobblestone, we'll just keep that, and we grab a stick. We need to make sure that the mobs are going to fly exactly as far as they need to, and no shorter or it won't work. So, we need the mobs to go, I think the branch needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I will get pushed that. Can I get in here? No. So 5 long chamber in order to guarantee that they fall in the system. These will need to be expanded later, but I'll talk more about that when we get there. For now, I'm going to grab a bunch more cobble and building wand up there. I might not even need to time-lapse for this one. It's just, with the building wand, it's going to be so easy. So we'll hop up. We'll take that down. And currently we are 1, 2, 3, 4 up. We probably want to go about 15. Let's go 10? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Nope. Not restriction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go 12 up. Let's see if that works. So we're going to place 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a 3 by 3. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the wall goes here. We do want to make this 3 tall so we can get Enderman. I'm going to make the other 3 platforms and I'll be right back. Alright, the other platforms are built, so we're going to put the mob fans in. We are going to apply levers to them. But we're not going to flick them on yet, because as soon as I flick this lever on, it will push things in to the killing chamber, and I do not want to go in there because getting out will be troublesome, because we'll have to break glass. I don't want to break the glass. Maybe I should put a trapdoor there in case I have to get in. But for now, once I put a roof on this, mobs will start spawning. So we will place a cobble there, place a cobble there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be risky. I'm going to turn these on. I'm dumb. You see, that was totally on purpose, demonstrating the risks of the mob farm. But we know it works, so that's good. And let me just get back up there. So as I said, once I put a roof on, mobs are going to start spawning and dying. And then we're going to want to get our stuff and hope an ender pearl appears soon, and then we can make our absorption hopper. But for now, we're going to stay out of the way of the mob fans. This is a fairly small mob farm right now. As we get more resources, we can build more layers if we need. Honestly, for now, we probably won't need more layers. But I am going to... Another one there. One there. Another one there. Now, that's 3, and that's 4. Now, once we put on the roof, mobs should start dropping in. Once we get back down to the ground. Let's place the roof. And 1, 2. Am I out of cobble? Great. Where was that pillar? There it is. Mine our way down. Grab some more cobble, come back up. But we should already be getting mobs dying in there once I get down here. It also occurs to me that mobs may be spawning on top of that platform. Question is, did I do it high enough that things will actually be able to spawn? Because there is a distance measure. I might have to redo this whole thing off camera. That would suck. But for now, we are going to pillar up again. Oh no. We're going to carefully make our way up. Finish placing the roof. And once this is on, we will go back down and hope that all our hard work has not gone in vain. Alright, it should be completely dark in the spawning chambers there. So, bring on the mobs. Why? Oh, do mobs not spawn in this cold ocean biome? That would severely hamper my ability to make a mob system, wouldn't it? Well, we might have to get some... there's a thing called cursed... Nope. Dirt. It's called dreadful dirt. We might have to figure out a way to make that in order to actually spawn mobs up there. Dang it. Well, that's not ideal, but we will troubleshoot that. Maybe I'll do it off camera. Maybe I'll search around for another biome to use. Maybe we'll just have to suffer until we can get some of that dreadful dirt. But either way, I wanted to check out a few odds and ends I discovered in testing before I end this episode. So I discovered that if you put organics in a barrel, it will make dirt, which up till now I had not known how to make. So that's good. It's not very fast, but you can probably do it with a hopper. We might have to set up a hopper. Yeah, we need to find a place for this. I'll show you the recipe for the absorption hopper. I don't think that's the Canadian spelling of that, but hopper, obsidian we can do. I need 1 ender pearl in order to create an absorption hopper, which I will put right about here. And then we will feed into a double system. One, actually probably on the ground. So we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll need a lot of controller slaves and 1 controller. And then we'll have a drawer system that probably comes back out here and out here. Which brings me to another point I was going to make, is the actual design of this place. So the plan here, if I can place in the proper place, is to have a wall leading into the building here. And then on the other side, have a wall here. So we will have a 3x3 archway. 3x3x3, of course. Or 3x3. 3x3x3 is 3D shape. We will have a 3-way archway out there. We will have a 3x3 archway here. I'm not going to put that there because it'll block the chest. And those will lead out into other buildings. But in this building, I want to have our grinder, or our ore dust grinder thingy. I want to have our mob system. Once it... It works. Our mob system works. It was just taking a second. Yes! Fantastic! I don't see... Oh, I do. Is there an ender pearl in there? No. Okay, we'll have to wait for an ender pearl. I'll do that off camera. But once we have an ender pearl, we can put it in the hopper and all of that. But back to plans. 3x3, 3x3. I might, depending on how this all plays out, I might put a storage system in this building as well. It would make sense. But for now, we will have to move this. I'm planning on moving this out into a courtyard area because I don't want it in the middle of my industrial zone. But we'll also need to build, maybe next episode, maybe the episode after, a portal room, because in order to get feathers to upgrade the mob fan, if we look at the width upgrader, it needs feathers, but the only place I can think of to get feathers is the Twilight Forest. So we will need a portal. Now, if you look at your quests here, one of these, which one of these is the portal quest? No. 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 Ah, it's this one. We have the Nether. We have something called the Undergarden. We have the Ether. All of these are Nether portal shapes. We have the Mining Dimension and the End, which are single blocks. And then we have the Twilight Forest, which is a 2x2. So that all lends itself to a perfectly sized portal house that we will build soon. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I had wanted to take you into the Nether, and I tried filming that segment, but it's still super laggy, so don't know what to do about that. I'm gonna work on it, try and figure out, maybe add a faster Nether mod or something. But for now, I'm just gonna stand by this mob system and wait for an ender pearl to spawn. Or an ender pearl carrier, anyway. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, later!